Good morning, Infinity. I want to welcome you to this wonderful space today of Infinity Fellowship. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. I am glad to welcome you to Third Sunday. It's IFTeaches, and as y'all know, we're here to work. This is when we do the actual spiritual work that is needed, that is proclaimed for us to get into so that we can make things happen. We are so excited that you have joined us today for the Infinity Fellowship. In this moment, before we get started, before we go toward the opening of the way, we want to remind you to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit that like button and send us some hearts and some thumbs up. And say hello to everyone you see on the Infinite Life Stream. That's what you are today. You're an Infinite Life Streamer. And we're all here to live life and to live life more abundantly. So today, we're continuing in our series through the Looking Glass, and we're talking about manifestation. So for those of you who are getting your journals ready, getting your family together, we welcome you to Infinity Fellowship. Can't wait to see you. Glad you're here. Tag somebody in the chat. Tag somebody in the flow. Gift somebody this awesome opportunity to fellowship in spiritual community. We'll see you in a minute. Good morning, Infinity. My name is Jeff Obafemi-Carr, also known as Rev Jeff, and we want to welcome you into the start of our sacred service today, the Infinity Fellowship. We're so grateful that you have made a way to join us today from wherever you are in the world, streaming in with us right here at 641 West Nocturne Drive, Nashville, Tennessee. We are here as we are every single Sunday to be a part of Sunday fellowship and Sunday service. So I'm going to invite you to relax yourself, to put yourself into a calm space of resolve, because as we start this service today, we want to start in silent reverence to the divinity of your acceptance and understanding, the God of your acceptance and understanding. We give a lot of time to football. We just saw the frenzy over the Super Bowl. We give a lot of time to social media. We give a lot of time to scrolling. We give a lot of time to our friends. We give a lot of time to our work. But what happens when we give just a few moments to pause to be grateful? So I invite you to put down the devices if you can. Put everything to the side and just sit in a moment of silence and just begin to breathe. Move against the notion that somehow sitting still means that you're doing nothing. For it is that space of creation that emerges from the space of no thing. Take this moment to relax. Take this moment to focus. Take this moment to breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Trusting that all is well. And for the next few moments, just continue to breathe just like that. Deep breath in and an exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. As we light the sacred Palo Santo here in the place, we light it for all those who are here in mind, body, and spirit. And we give thanks that this space is consecrated for spiritual work today. On the inhale, inhale the things that serve you. On the exhale, let go of the things that no longer manifest good in your life. Add to this practice in this moment the closing of your eyes. And as you are closing those eyes, you are inhaling even deeper, in and out, embracing the vibratory frequency of love that is aligned mind, body, and spirit with the sounds of the singing bowl. As we now embrace in the moment this opportunity to be centered in mind, body, and spirit, through the breath, through the consciousness, we affirm the good. And from this space of good, we ask that all heads be bowed and all eyes be closed and all hearts now be open. As we focus our energy in toward the God of your acceptance and understanding in gratefulness and thanksgiving. Divine Source, we give thanks for your energy and your presence today. We give thanks for your awareness and your consciousness that stays focused on us. Thank you for the gift that you have given us of life. Thank you for the gift that you have given us of present awareness. And so wherever we come from, whatever religions we may claim, whatever faith paths and walks that we have, whatever spiritual practices we have adopted, we speak that all of these are converging at the point of bearing fruit in our lives. It is born fruit as we are sitting here in this stillness moment here, dedicating this moment to acknowledging your presence. And in the acknowledgement of your presence that is always available to us, we acknowledge and embrace the good. And so even as we are working through some shifts in society, as people are adopting spirits of worry all over the place, as people are adopting spirits of fear, as people are embracing spirits of polarization, we in this moment embrace instead clarity. And this clarity brings us the consciousness that affirms that we are here for a purpose and a reason. And as we have spent this month looking through the looking glass, we are recognizing that it is all about looking in the mirror, seeing back what we truly are, and that is a divine reflection of you. It's also about magnifying those things that we need to adjust in our life as we are moving toward manifesting our divine purpose. And today, as we speak, as we share, as we learn, as we grow, as we go together, we proclaim the good that resonates from this Sunday gathering, resonates to those who choose this as their spiritual home, for those who just stop by to get a little spiritual food, for those who find this to be a tether that keeps them bound to their right mind and their right action. And for all of these, we say thank you. As we are aligned right now in spirit, as we are aligned right now in the pouring of energy toward realignment, toward manifestation, as we are aligned in this moment, we speak that this covering goes through Middle Tennessee. We know that we've had some storms in recent days. There were floods that hit parts of Nashville and Clarksville, and there were some homes that were harmed and people that were injured. And we speak that in this moment that we recognize that this is an opportunity for us to demonstrate our connection to you, that we step up, that we stand up, and that we stand in, and that we cover those who are in need, and we cover them thusly with love, with power, and the confidence of knowing that when we put our hands together, when we join our hearts together, when we focus our minds together, all things are possible because you bring us through. To those who are dealing with a crossroads today, let them know in their hearts that crossroads are just opportunities to learn lessons. And it is from these lessons that our bodies, minds, and spirits are made stronger. And that sometimes the only way out is through. But we know that when we are headed through, we are headed through with you. And oh, what an awesome day it is to celebrate this and more. Let something be said today. Let something be shared in a song. Let something be put into the chat box that will uplift, inspire, and remind people that we are ever and always protected, loved, supported by you. For these and for other energies that we cannot put into words, we simply say thank you. Deep breath together in gratitude. And an exhale in expectation. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. And so it is. Ashe. All right, let's get our minds right for our pouring of libations, y'all. It's time to honor those who have come before. As we pour this water today, this water represents the living. We recognize and remember those who have come before, represented by the earth that we pour into. Understanding that we all stand on the shoulders of the people who came before us. We pause to open the way for them in recognition, because absence in the body simply means presence in the magnificent, limitless cosmos that surrounds us. We say absence in the body, presence with the Lord. Absence in the body, presence with divine source. Absent in the body through the chemical changes that happen when this body breaks down and we can no longer hold the spirit that is truly us. And we know that energy is never created or destroyed scientifically. It only changes form. This is what we do when we pour libations. We recognize the transformation and the changing of the form. So as we pour this libation today, as we move to the altar, we invite you to begin to think about the names of those who have gone before in your life, those who have moved from the space of life to the space of life after life, those who have transitioned. In the memory of those who have transitioned, we find strength, we find power, we find love, we find inspiration. The list goes on and on and on and on. But we're honored today, as part of Infinity Fellowship in our Sunday ritual, to pour water for them. We'll ask you to call their names aloud or type their names in the chat box in a moment. But for now, we pour the omitutu, as the Yoruba people say, the cool water. And we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, ashe. Freshen and consecrate this place for spiritual work, ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together, ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity, ashe. We pour to the four cardinal directions, the symbolic direction of the north, where we commit to be a yes today. We show up in spirit, ashe. To the energy of the south and the embracing of who we are and whose we are in the larger context of spirit and the cosmos, ashe. To the energy of the rising sun of the east, knowing that whatever happened yesterday is over. So if the sun got over it, you get over it too. Let's get over it and say today's a brand new day. Don't drag the past into the present, ashe. And to the energy of the west, knowing that even as the sun goes down, we have the moon and stars to give us light. So even in your dark times, someone, something, some place will appear to remind you that everything's going to be all right, ashe. From those four directions, we add two more from the Lakota tradition. And that indigenous tradition teaches us that another direction is the ground that we stand on. May we always be grounded in who we are, whose we are, and know that when the storm comes, when you're grounded, we bend, but it is always better to bend than it is to break, ashe. To that blank landscape that is the sky above us, that is the open space in the rooms where we are even now, here and where you are, that open space is a space of possibility. And everything that exists that we physically see at one point existed in the space of no thing. And so we have the same equal power of co-creation, little c creators to the big C creators, to manifest those things that we are here and purpose to do, ashe. And finally, to the seventh direction, where all roads intersect, all directions intersect, it is the space of the heart. It is the grand central station. It is the space in ancient language of Ma'at. We speak that as you move through the world, as we move through with the connection that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before, that we move in confidence with a heart as light as a feather, ashe. We ask in this moment that you think about those who have transitioned from the space of life after life. And as you think about them, Go ahead and call their names aloud, or you might want to put one or two names in the chat. This is when we remember who we are. So in this moment, go ahead and call those names aloud. Ashe. Finally, we pour today for the children in the womb, the children in the world, and the children yet unborn. We proclaim it as such in the Yoruba word of power and proclamation. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-o. It is done, and so it is. Ashe. In this moment, it's time for our statement of infinitude. And we're blessed that we get to talk about why we're here, and we get to talk about all of the wonderful things that Infinity is about. If you're brand new to Infinity, we're going to say a welcome to you in just a moment. We're going to gladly and thankfully welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. We're so excited that you decided to stick with us today, to come and hang out with us today. It's a beautiful moment of connectivity. It's a beautiful moment of love. It's a beautiful moment of sharing. And so to share what Infinity Fellowship is all about, we have Lady Kenitha Carr. Y'all give it up because she's stellar as usual. Come on around, Lady Kenitha Carr, with our statement of infinitude. Yes.
Well, good morning, Infinity. So, yes, I am Lady Kenitha Carr, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. So we pause to remind you again of the 4 core principles of our gathering, and we call that SNAP. The S in SNAP is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. You know, we're always grateful that you all are here with us as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. So, this is the foundational practice of true interspirituality, where all are affirmed in love energy. So I invite you all at home to go ahead and stand with me and join me in this wonderful statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it, because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe.
Ashe, ashe. Y'all, we are grateful that we are in the place today. We are grateful that you have joined us in this moment today. And now we get an opportunity to celebrate in gratitude. If you look at your screen, you see a wonderful slide that tells you about being grateful. And I believe it's on there now. Yes, it is. It tells us about being grateful. And as we are being grateful, as we are moving toward the space of gratitude, we want you to generate this with us. So just like it says there, it reads, and I'm looking, there it is. Generating gratitude. My name is, and I am grateful for. So once again, my name is, and I am grateful for. If you can get to that point where you are grateful for just one thing, you're going to start a gratitude chain reaction. And it's going to be nuclear, a nuclear reaction. We want that gratitude popping today. It's third Sunday, so let's get that energy going, okay? We're going to say good morning to you, and we're going to say good morning in the chat. So wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, go ahead and get yourself in the right mindset, and let's generate that with good morning to you. We're going to sing it. Lady Kanitha is going to lean us in, and we're going to get this going. We're going to rock it. We're going to crank it up. Sing it wherever you are. Say hello in the chat. Say hello to somebody. Come on. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 a da 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 da. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning to you.
What are you grateful for?
Good morning to you.
Let's see it in the chat. Come on, get with it. I know you're grateful for something.
A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 a da 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 a da 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 da. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning to y'all. Thank you, Lady Kanitha. You're snapping and pepping and just awesome.
Good morning.
It's awesome. I like that green and white. It's very nurturing. I like it. It's very nurturing. I like that hair, too. That's a great little style. I like it. Anybody got style in this place? All right, so as we're grateful, we see you coming in there. Good morning to Destiny Muhammad. Good morning, Christina Trotter. We see you in the chat today. Good morning, Chris Sadler. We see you in the chat today. Good morning, Terrence. We see you in the chat today. Good morning, Tyrell. We see you in the chat today. Good morning, Dr. Courtney Williams. We see you in there. She is grateful for courage. Good morning, Angela. We see you in the place in the chat too. We see you, Sister Lauren. Good morning. Welcome into infinity, y'all. As y'all continue to generate this gratitude and say what you are grateful for and state what you are grateful for, we know that it will start your day off with a fabulous, fabulous boost. And now that you know what we're here to do, I really want to say in this moment that we welcome you to infinity. So this is the moment where we give our welcome. If you are a first timer at the Infinity Fellowship, of course, we invite you to drop a first time in that chat window so that we can welcome you. What happens in the chat window is when you drop a first time, people just give you love back. Isn't it great to find a place where people will see you? And even if it's virtual, we know that virtual reality can pave the way for lasting, loving friendships. So don't miss this opportunity to drop first time in the chat or say, this is my first time here. We also know that some people don't like to be on the spot. So we also want to recognize that as well, that you got a right to just sit back in the back and chill. Sometimes when I'm on the road and I get an opportunity to go sit back in the back and chill, I do exactly that. I just go sit back in the back and chill. So we ain't mad at you if that's what you want to do today. We will invite you to fill out our visitors form. Our visitors form gives you an opportunity to check in with us, and we get a chance to check in with you, send you a little note and let you know that we appreciate you. And then if you do make the move to come out and visit us in person on first Sundays, if you come to this great gathering here, 641 West Nocturne Drive, we like to give you a little gift, a spiritual gift, a tangible little gift that you can take with you to remember the Infinity Fellowship and to know that we are here with you. We're sending up affirmative prayer in your direction, and we are here to be a part of providing community that you and all of us need. So this is your first time at Infinity Fellowship. We welcome you, and I get to say good morning. My name is, again, Jeff Obafemi Carr. If you just tuned in, I go by Rev Jeff in this space, and it's my delight, it's my honor to welcome you into the place where people make a quantum leap from simple, harsh religious doctrine and judgment to expansive and profound spirituality. And in that expansive space of goodness, we find connectivity. And that's the beauty of the Infinity Fellowship. So I want to say welcome today, and we say it in a very special way. So if you clicked on the QR code, whether it's on the screen, on the slide, or it's in front of you, if you just hold your phone up there, just scan it. Click on the link in the chat as well. We can send you an official welcome. How awesome is that? This may be your first physical time at Infinity, but we like to let you know that we truly see the real you. If you are a first-time visitor, let us know, or we will let you know in this moment that this is when we welcome you. And we welcome you with open arms and open hands. So I'm going to ask that if you're at home, go ahead and just put your hands up in receipt. If you got friends with you, go ahead and turn to them. Family, go ahead and turn to them. Snatch those kids and say, hey, I got something I need to tell you. Rev Jeff has something to deliver to you. If you're in the space, turn to somebody and hold up the hands as well. And know that this is what we say on Sundays, and we mean it so much that we repeat it around the world. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. And repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, we're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo! Give us a little dance music so people can get their groove on and scan our QR code, and everything will be good, and everything will be right, and everything will rock and roll. Wherever we are, everything will rock and roll. Keep it going now. Keep it going. Hey, keep it going now. Keep it going now. Keep it going now. Keep it going now. Give it again. Now you can throw your hands in the air, and you can wave them like you just don't care. And if you showed up today feeling good today, and you put on clean underwear, somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. All right, that's the decent version of, you got to put on clean underwear when we get to the doctor and everything. I'm here, right here. Hey, team, I'm on TV. I think the switch is broken. There we are. Rev is back on. Hey, we're dancing. I'm sending energy all to my awesome tech staff back there. I'm sending them energy. We're riding this wave today, y'all. We're riding this wave, and we're keeping it going. We're keeping it rocking and rolling. Thank you, Kai. We can take it on down, y'all. Hey, y'all, it's a wonderful moment because now is the time for us to all participate in a powerful way that we love to participate in Infinity. It is giving time at Infinity Fellowship. Y'all give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. I'm so used to everybody just going nuts at this point, and I know they are, because wherever you are, you're sparkling your fingers, giving hands, giving prayer fists, pumping, all of that. We know, because giving is a vital point of Infinity Fellowship. It is when we take all of this action that we put into this world, this spirituality, this nurturing, this action, and this proof, we put it into tangible action by giving. We know that we are a community that is a spirit-based community. It's also a community that is a giving-based community, and we're so excited that we have an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. Listen, when we have community, bring it on back. It's all right. I know it's just acting weird, and we'll just unplug it and plug it back up. We'll figure it out. It'll be all right. So what we've got is, as we move through our tech spaces, we are excited because giving gives us an opportunity not only to bring you the broadcast, but it gives us an opportunity for us to practice these 4 laws that we practice here. And that is giving, tithing, the 10% of what comes in, back to the place that provides for you your spiritual food, the concept of forgiveness and forgiving yourself and others continually in a repetitive way. That doesn't mean that you forget you're a doormat, but it does mean that you're practicing forgiving. Setting good and clear goals. Those goals are important, even if you have to learn how to whisper those goals to yourself. You got to learn how to sometimes just say them softly enough so only you can hear those goals. That's a beautiful thing. But you got to be able to proclaim them in your heart. And of course, living and walking in your divine purpose. So as we are here today gathered, it is time for our offering. You may give via Cash App. You can give via PayPal. You can also give via regular mail to 641 West Nocturne Drive. We're going to put up a slide for that in just a minute. And that's going to be awesome for us. This is an exciting time. So for those of you who have your devices near you, I want you to grab your devices and pull them out, because we actually supercharge our energy. Energy is so good that we attune ourselves to the frequency of giving because we don't hold back. And I encourage those of you who have been working on your giving. You say, well, Rev, I got everything down except for my giving. I just can't seem to have things aren't just working out. But I'm almost got everything. I just got the giving, but things just keep hitting me. Well, that's the problem. Your flow is blocked. So open your flow and trust that all my needs are met. God's always got me. So when you give, the universe amplifies your frequency. So I invite you to learn the lesson that many people have learned here, that giving is something joyful and that you cannot beat what comes back. When you've been in hospitals like I have and people are fighting for a breath, they would pay anything just to be able to breathe normally. And if you're right here breathing with me, oh my God, every single breath is a gift. So as we prepare to give back to the spiritual community, we invite you to place your hands on your devices or the method that you use to give. And even if you're giving in the replay, we have people who give who watch Infinity at night or who are overseas. Right now it's nighttime. They watch it when they have their morning. The beauty of technology gives us that. So we want to supercharge that with our offertory affirmation, which you see appearing on your screen right now. Take a deep breath and release. And from a conscious space, let us say our offertory affirmation together. Oh, limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely without remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Everybody say, everything is good.
Everything is good.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it good.
I got it good.
That's all right. We're going to sing that too. Yes. There's a slide. You can hold up the QR code. Everything is good. Everything is good. Cash App is $ Infinity Fellowship.
Everything is good.
PayPal is paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. If you're giving globally through PayPal, of course, infinitynashville@gmail.com. Come on, y'all.
Everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, sing with me now. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything. Yes, it is. I said everything is good. Yeah, it's good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, tell yourself everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. And I've got it. Woo. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah. Woo.
Okay, y'all, we are back. We are back. We are back. And we are excited to be able to have for you a couple of announcements. I want to make sure I find my announcements clicker there. Yes, we're absolutely good. We are excited to welcome you today. Listen, standing ovations. we're going to have standing ovations. So I want you to go to the form that you see in the chat or on the screen today. Standing ovation is simply something good that has happened to you. So I am giving you a moment of warning. I'm giving you just a moment of warning. From this moment of warning, it gives you an opportunity to fill out the JOT form. And as you fill out the JOT form, it will let you know and let us know what your standing ovation is. A standing ovation is an accomplishment you have made that we can shout you out for. Let us know what good thing you have birthed into the world. So as we get ready for standing ovations today, we want to make sure that you get those in. So we'll take a couple of minutes to make sure that that populates. And while that's populating, we'll get Joshua to step up and pull the sanctuary door a little close for us so we can have our good energy in here, that little resonating silent energy going, so I can focus on these standing ovations, and we're going to get this thing in here. Welcome to February, y'all. This is the second month in the year of divine development. It is divine development time, y'all. And we are in this year powered by love and guided by vision. So as we say that we are powered by love and guided by vision, I'm telling you right now, it gives us an opportunity to see in action what it means to be powered by love. This world wants us to be powered by a whole lot of things, and it's not always love. It can be confusion, anger, ego. It can be all of those things. But the reality is, when we allow ourselves to simply let go, let God, and let love, we get to experience some very, very powerful energies. And when we do that, then we get guided by the vision we have. Every message we have, any energy that we have, is about moving us through divine development, which is a process of doing or being. This is an opportunity for us to grow. This month, we've been exploring and will continue to explore our theme, Through the Looking Glass: Mirrors, Magnification, and Manifestation. Today, we're talking about manifestation, and it's going to be good. It is Q&A today. This is third Sunday where we do Q&A. So I invite you to get your notepads ready, to get your aha moments ready for you to share. All of it is toward us understanding what it means to move through the looking glass. Today, 1:00 p.m., y'all, right here at Infinity Center. You had time to let the rain go by. You had time to let the potential snow go by. When the weatherman was on this morning, I thought it was like, oh my gosh, what's it going to look like? I got outside and it was dry. But it's Brother T told me that it might be snowing right now. So as we get this idea, yes, it's light. It's light. It's light. Let it snow. Lady Kanitha saying, let it snow. It's not hard out there. The driveway, the roads are dry. So right now, y'all go ahead and make your plans after Sunday service ends to make your way to Infinity Fellowship if you're here in Nashville for our membership meeting. We have great updates coming, including our year-to-date financials, our 2025 vision revelation for 2025 through 2030. I mean, we got a 5-year plan and a vision to talk about today, and also opportunities to sign up. Lady Kanitha tells me that we also have lunch sandwiches. We have lunch sandwiches. I guess I don't have a camera, so it's okay. We have lunch and sandwiches, so stick on the slide and we're going to stay with it. It's going to rock and roll. We are good, man. We got volunteer signups coming. Listen, next week, so Yoga Sunday. And one more thing I want to stress about today, 1 to 3 p.m. Probably won't stay till 3. But again, come on out. This is our opportunity as a transparent organization to have a great conversation. Those of you who have checked your emails, please check your emails because it's got the details. It also has the Zoom link for those of you who are Infinite Life streamers. We're looking forward to talking to you and interacting with you today. Next week is Yoga Sunday, y'all. We're going to continue in this moment of manifestation, moment of magnification, in this moment of knowing what's going on in the mirror with Yoga Sunday. So make sure you roll out your mat at home and join us virtually in the space for the mind, body, spirit connection that nobody else has. 10 years we've been doing Yoga Sunday. We've inspired other churches and nonprofits to adopt yoga into their exercise and fitness programs, and yet we still remain the only church that we know of that you can find yoga for church. How about that? Ain't it good? Oh! Oh, won't he do it? Won't she do it? Oh, man. Next week, and we continue, of course, for Sunday's Yoga Sunday. We remind you that first Sunday, so set your clock and alarm for the first Sunday in March to join us. That's when we have in-person services. And the second, third, and fourth Sundays of the month, of course, we are on our Infinite Live stream, available on most of your streaming platforms. If you haven't experienced Love and Light, this is my weekly reminder that we do have a wonderful midweek conversation going on in the Band app. Once you join Infinity Fellowship, you get access to the Band app. Some people are still learning how to turn their notifications on. Amen and ashe. Once you learn how to turn those notifications on, you get some good notifications, and you get to know that every Wednesday at 7 p.m. the Lensleys are going to be there to listen. My understanding is we had some guest assistants this past week from the Ortega Browns, which we appreciate. And look, this thing continues to go, and the beauty of community is people step in and provide support. So don't miss that powerful conversation that goes over themes that we learn at Infinity on Sunday and that we continue during the week. Thank you to the Lensleys for continuing to host that. They're always online with us in an Infinite Life space. With that said, Lady Kanitha is coming back up because it's time for standing ovation. Hey. I think we got it. I know if I would have had y'all, if I'd have had y'all on the, yep, start it again, Yes, start it again. Voices in here singing because they got rehearsal, but we're going to do it one more time just for you. Thank you. Crank it.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation.
Thank you. All good.
It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
Yes. So listen, our high energy here at IF comes from our practice of snap.
Yes.
It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys, that's spirituality.
Yes.
We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week, and that's nurturing. We take what we learn and actually apply it in our lives. That's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of that progress, and that is what we call the proof.
The proof.
So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of expansion and manifestation. So here's what's going to happen. And for those who are new to Infinity, listen,
Yes.
you're still going to be a part. Hopefully you got it in.
Yes.
When your name is called, please stand. And you can do that as long as you're not driving. Please stand as I read aloud your manifestation. When I finish each person's ovations, we will snap our fingers to affirm them. But guess what? At the very end, we're going to provide a collective, out of this world standing ovation. All right.
Okay, great. So again, if you turn it in, so our system's a little bit behind, so we hadn't caught up all the way yet. So standing ovations, even if you have something great that is here, and we want to celebrate a standing ovation that we have that came through that has been mentioned. The first one that I want to give is Sister Destiny Muhammad. Sister Destiny Muhammad is joining us on YouTube. She is moving to make a way out of no way. So we're speaking a standing ovation in advance. For those of you who follow her on social media, on Facebook, we know that some strange things are happening in the online spaces. And if you don't think that visits to Mar-a-Lago by tech giants who run the largest platforms have nothing to do with the state of affairs in America today, then I suggest doing a little bit of examination. Don't go down a rabbit hole. But Facebook, as Brother Criswell said, is putting her in Facebook jail. So she's had trouble accessing her Facebook pages, tons of following all over the globe. We know, you all know I have a theater page that was long standing with thousands of followers, and it got hacked and people just, took it over and did crazy things with it. This is the world that we live in, but we also know that Sister Destiny is an overcomer. So she has sent people to Harpist from the Hood. You can Google her. She sent people to her own website. She sent people to her own platform. So wherever you are, we're celebrating in advance with you the overcoming of whatever's going on with the Book of Faces. And we also know that this is a moment for everybody here to model something. In the standing ovation space, model what it means to have your folks outside of the social media platforms. Because when you have them on the social media platforms and that's your only way, then when things like these happen, you find yourself in trouble. That's why the trend in the world right now is moving, ironically, toward community. People are now moving. The new thing is, listen, this virtual space where people connect and correct and also guide what I see based on some computer and a room full of screens. This is no longer doing it for me. I really want to shake somebody's hand. I really want to talk to somebody. I really want to commune with people in a powerful way. That's what Infinity is about. And for each and every one of you out there who are listening to me, we celebrate this moment because Sister Destiny's circling the wagons. And baby, we circling it with you and Chris Well to know that as your own platform continues to emerge, you're going to continue to get new opportunities. You're going to continue for things to happen for you in a powerful way. And when we build our own things, we get an opportunity to build our own connections with people. So shout out and a standing ovation to her in that place right there. Let's see, standing ovations. I got a couple of more. Standing ovation to Sister Iris Lee. Sister Iris Lee says, I am excited to be a part of an agroforestry project that helps bring life and breath in nature back to my family farm through planting an abundant tree and shrub buffer on our property. Come on now. Come on. Sis, we know you've been doing that thing out there with the Lee farm and the family farm that's out there and the Lee hemp farm and everything in Wisconsin. So many things to learn, but always celebrating when something happens for you and to celebrate that agroforestry project. We know that great things are going to emerge from that in a powerful way. That's awesome. The other ones are visitors forum. So visitors, great to have you here. Sending a standing ovation to you. And I want to send a standing ovation to our focus groups that we've had for the last 2 weeks. We've had some intense focus group conversations with stakeholders at Infinity who have helped us produce a 5-year vision plan. We're going to be debuting it right here at 1 o'clock p.m., right here in person. No, we're not streaming on public platforms. We do have a Zoom link for those members who've seen it. But listen, we've come up with not only a wonderful vision for where we're going the next 5 years, that's delightful, but an opportunity for everybody to be involved. So we have great committees, we have great leaders, we are expanding in powerful ways. I'm so excited that I won't sling that coffee. I went to go get it, but I was like, if I get excited with the cup of coffee mug, I might hit Lady Kenitha in the head. And y'all put out some bad rumors about me. And they ain't true. They ain't true. I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. And I'm not a mean person. But yes, I was almost so excited. I was like, where's that cup of coffee at? I would have been like, bam, Wakanda forever.
Y'all would have seen
us. Oh, you seen us scrapping? That would have been terrible.
Scrapping after that happened. Y'all would have seen us.
We wouldn't be scrapping. We'd be wrestling. Wrestling. Love wrestling.
Yes.
Don't let her. She'll find somebody. I have to pick somebody in the chat and say, you told Kenitha to beat me.
I'm wild out. Okay, I'm wild out.
Told Kenitha to beat me. No, we ain't doing that. Okay, Mama, so what do we do now? So we celebrate as we get ready.
If you shared, you're going to have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand wherever we are and give an out of this world standing ovation. Okay? Here we go. And those are the announcements and ovations for today. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is Ashe. Woo.
Oh man. As we get ready, we're going to continue with what you see on your screen. That's today's meditation, y'all. Today's meditation comes from, that's one of my favorite spirit folks, Abraham Hicks. If you've never read Story of Esther and Jerry Hicks, if you've not read about just their journey and what they've put into the world, this camera right here. Thank you, appreciate it. If you've not read about their story and what they put into the world, I suggest that you do. There are a lot of great teachings that come from people being able to simply be so in touch with their purpose that they channel spirit. And that's what we all are. We are channels and vessels for spirit. When we have that still, silent place inside of us, we get an opportunity to experience what we used to say in the church, thus saith the Lord. You know, we always used to say that, well, thus saith the Lord. And we thought that thus saith the Lord was simply coming from a scriptural text. But the reality is scriptural texts are being written continually every single day. There's a song that inspires you. There's a bird that flies by your window that makes you ponder something deeply. There's a sound that you hear in the air. There's something that you observe in the rain. There's something that moves you to move deeper into your spirit. And that's what moving scripture is. So Abraham Hicks has this quote that I turn to in this moment, and you can read it on your screen as we are talking about manifestation today. By paying attention to the way you feel and then choosing thoughts that feel the very best, you are managing your own vibration, which means you are controlling your own point of attraction, which means you are creating your own reality. It's such a wonderful thing to realize that you can create your own reality without sticking your nose in everybody else's. And that the less attention you give to everybody else's reality, the purer your vibration is going to be. Pleased with what comes to you. In this moment, before I go into today's message, it's just a wonderful little brief illustration the Spirit gave. I just want you to say, mind your business. Can y'all in the chat or somebody just say, mind your business? You know, just mind your business. Turn to somebody and say, mind your business. Because your business is good. Mind your business. Stay out of mine. Mind your business. Because I'm minding mine. If you are minding your business, y'all, if you minding your business, you don't have time to focus on other people's thoughts or manifestation. In this moment, I invite you to sing along with me. We're going to sing along and set up for today, because in this moment, I want you to trust the process. Manifestation is a process. So if you're on the Infinite Life Stream, if you're in the space today, say, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go to that land? Why don't you come and go to that land? Oh, where I'm bound. Hey, where I'm bound. Why don't you come and go to that land? Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Hey, where I'm bound. Oh, there is wisdom in that land. You know that there is wisdom in that land. You know that there is wisdom. It's in that land. Oh, where I'm bound, Lord, oh, where I'm bound. There is wisdom in that land. Yeah, there is wisdom in that land. Yeah, there is wisdom in that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is love in that land. You know that there is love in that land. You know that there is love. It is in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. You know that there is love in that land. There is love in that land. Oh, there is love in that land where I'm bound. Oh, all of my people are in that land. I said all of my people are in that land. Oh, all of my people are in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I said that all of my people are in that land. All of my people are in that land. I said that all of my people are in that land where I'm bound. Oh, don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that land? Oh, don't you want to go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Oh, don't you want to go to that land? Sing it with me, don't you want to go to that land? Well, don't you want to go to that land where I'm bound. Y'all know we all right in this place today. You know, the message is trust the process today. Trust the process. If any of y'all know I love coffee. I like a good cup of coffee. And I'm like my granddaddy, Thomas Hayes, who used to he used to drink coffee. You might as well call it motor oil. You know, it was so thick, you might be able to blow a bubble with that joint. I mean, it was some real coffee. If you got one sip, you up for 24 hours. And, you know, it's something strong about that. And when you're making this, you know, I've done a version of this before where I actually grounded up the coffee and grounded up the beans and all of that. But in this case, I'm using a French press. So I'm going to get Tony to fix this shot, leave this shot how it is, and then put everything else really just close on here with this second camera so we can go back and forth. So that, yeah, and zoom it out a little bit so I can show the press. And that's good. Tilt it up, and then, you know, you may have to monitor that camera a little bit to make sure everybody can see what I'm doing. That's perfect right there for now. And when we get a little bit closer, we'll just go back and forth so people can see this, because I really want y'all to feel as if y'all are in here to have some of this coffee, because, oh, this coffee is so hot. Right there during the break, Terrence, I went in there and I had boiled some water, Lady Kanitha, and, you know, I boiled some water and I put some coffee grounds in that thing right there. And as I put that coffee grounds in that thing right there, and that's the cue that you usually see when I touch something. That's when you go to that second camera. We're doing live and in-person camera training right now like we do it. I used to work at Shop at Home Network, so I need to let y'all know I used to have items that I sold on camera, and usually when the host is talking to the camera, you go to the host, and when they go to the product, you go to the product. So that's what we're doing today. We're going from host to product. I'm so glad to host y'all, because y'all are learning how to trust the process. You see, this coffee is hot because I boiled that water this morning. It's hot because I ground up those coffee grinds and I put it in a French press. And the thing about a French press, when we talk about it, a French press is usually made out of glass. And I like to make coffee in glass because it does not absorb the microparticles that you get when you have a hot piece of plastic. It kind of keeps everything regulated and cool. And I also like to sometimes drink from glass mugs because you can see through them and you can see that beautiful elixir and that liquid coming through. And it just makes for a better cup of coffee, and it makes things very, very clear. And since we're talking about through the looking glass, that first Sunday we talked about what it was like to look into a mirror and see. And last week we talked about magnification and an opportunity to magnify those gifts that are inside you. Today for IFTeaches, just for a few minutes though, we're talking about manifestation. And when we manifest today, I'm manifesting just a good, strong, old school cup of coffee. Lord have mercy. Y'all know what a good cup of coffee will do? It'll wake you up. It'll start your day with your right mind. It'll give you a comfort because see, when you touch that glass, when you touch that pot, you get a little bit of that heat. And you start to say, oh, there's anticipation. You see, in the process, some people are afraid, Terrace, of a process because they think that it's going to not result in something good. But I'm saying that just as you are in this space where you are brewing, you also have to practice patience and trust that process because it takes time. And the beauty of a process when it's making a good cup of coffee is that you know at the end, it's going to be something good. It's going to be so worth all that you went through. And so that hot water went in and it pressed down with those grinds. And I'm going to tell you, when those grinds get hit by that hot water, Lord have mercy. They don't do nothing until they get hit with some hot water. That'll preach right there. When you find yourself feeling stagnant and still, sometimes all you need is to get hit with some hot water. All you need is to find yourself in some hot water. And instead of complaining about being in hot water, what if you say, this hot water situation is here to activate me, to bring something out of me? That's part of the process of making it. And when you're making it as I make it, I always relish in it because, yeah, the coffee will wake me up. And yes, it stimulates the neural pathways in your brain because the caffeine, it will open up your blood centers and your blood flow that allows you to feel as if you are a genius. All of a sudden, when you weren't 3 sips before, I understand that's what it is. It gives you that feeling. Some of you may think that I've had more than 1 cup today, but I'm here to tell you that I've only had 2 sips. So what I'm on right now is full spirit. But what I'm telling you today is that when this heat hits you, there is a process that happens here. And that process is your purpose. You got to go through some heat to get to this purpose thing. Because you see, the other thing about coffee and making and brewing a good cup of this thing is really simple. Look, you press it, but you can't press it too long. You can't let it sit too long. Because if it gets too long, it's going to be bitter to drink. It's going to be hard to taste, and it's going to be burnt. So you have to hit. In this case, I do 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Don't get on me for being a coffee nerd. I'm very proud of that. The reason why is because everything must be in moderation. So if I'm going to have 1 good cup of coffee, which is what I have per day, I do not have more except for a rare cup. And when I have a rare second cup after a day of working and going through things, Lady Kanitha can tell you what an experience that is. Late at night with me, running loose in the house and needing to probably get out in the street and jog a couple of miles or whatever it is. If you got to move to something where you can go. She can tell you. And anybody who may have texted with me or gotten a phone call or an inspiration late at night, y'all know that I can go on FLEEK and not even be afraid. This is dangerous spirit stuff because this is only 2 sips for me so far. But I'm here to tell you in a very powerful way that there are points that you get from this, because in addition, in this French press of being hot and the water is steeping, it's bringing the coffee alive. See, this water is clear when you pour it in, but now it's fully steeped in purpose. And the thing that you got to do is you got to press it down so that everything you do not need is squeezed to the bottom. And the only thing that is left is what is pure. So see, sometimes we complain in life, Sister Angie, about being pressed, when we need to just concern ourselves with pressing on. You see, when we are pressed, we end up at the bottom, but we are the ones who are deciding to press forward. We used to sing that. I'm pressing on the upward way. That was an old one. We're pressing on. We're pressing on because we know that there's something good that comes through the pressing. But see, when you do that, you trust the process, and the process produces for you. Once you add the additional filter and you find the spot, the process produces a great cup of coffee. I know y'all love it. Now zoom on in on those two T and keep it down there, brother. That's look, Terrence said there's 2 cups. He reminding us there's 2 cups of coffee in here. There's 2 cups. It is 2 cups. I smell it and it's real good, y'all. The first point that I want to leave you with for IFTeaches today, because we're talking about your purpose and manifestation, is one, you must be willing to go through the process to get to the product. That exhale you heard was the exhale heard around the world. Everybody's saying the same thing. Somebody in their mind is saying, Rev, I just don't want it. I just want to sit on the floor and I want to meditate for 2 minutes. And then I want everybody to align themselves with my dreams. And I want everything to just manifest. But that point right there says it all. You must be willing to go through the process to get to the product. Now see, my granddaddy had something, and I'm gonna say it to you. I've said it before at Infinity, but y'all need to hear it today. My granddaddy would ask for a cup of coffee from my grandmama Gussie. And these are all stories that are kept alive through many people in my family. He would say, listen, I want a cup of coffee, but don't bring me no kettle tea. Turn to somebody and say, don't bring me no kettle tea. Don't bring me no kettle tea. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I turn to somebody who know what I'm talking about. It's somebody in the Infinite Life stream know what kettle tea is. See, y'all, I'm country and I'm proud of it, but let me tell you what kettle tea is. Kettle tea is the equivalent of what Charlie Brown, and here's the hint I'm gonna give you. You won't find it on the internet. So don't do the Google search. It ain't gonna work for you. This is country Thomas Hayes stuff, okay? So the kettle tea is what the equivalent of Charlie Brown, if the Peanuts commercial, y'all remember that? And they would bring him hot chocolate, but it would be a joke. It would be so weak that he would say, this is like hot water with a brown crayon dipped in it. That's what kettle tea is. It's just the little piece of weak coffee that you can sip, and it tastes more like tea than coffee because you can see straight through it. You can't see through this. This is that real deep, dark coffee right there. That's that real deep, dark coffee energy. Kettle tea, you could barely tell it was in the glass, and so it didn't have the same effect. But see, when we're working on our divine purpose, let me drive this home. When you're working on your divine purpose, you don't want any kettle tea. You want a full strength. The universe has called you through the moment that you've been pressed, through the moment that you've been poured out, through the moment that you are manifesting that which you were put on this earth to do it 100%. And to be strong and to have that effect of waking up something inside you and other people. There's the allegory, there's the metaphor, there's the simile, there's all that you need to know is that there is something great that needs to come out of you, and the things that you are going through are just part of the process. Turn to somebody and say, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Go back to the slide. That's point number 1. 3 notes and y'all can go home. You must be willing to go through the process to get to the product, and the product is manifestation. It's those things that only you are put on this earth to doggone do. The second thing that I give you is that manifestation requires maintenance. Manifestation requires maintenance. Somebody in the chat say, maintain that thing. Maintain that thing. See, some of us reach a point where we begin to manifest something and we just see the early parts of it, and then we want to drop the ball. We want to say, you know what? I got a little bit, I'm good. I got me a little sip of coffee, I'm good. I got just enough. I started to be poured out, then I got scared, and then I'm going to try to make it to this point. But then we're so empty that we run out of fuel, we run out of the thing we desire, and we have the nerve to blame everything and everybody except for ourselves. We did not pour out enough to the initial manifestation in maintenance to keep it going. We started a fire, but we didn't add any wood. Universe gave you an opportunity. It gave you a gift that it didn't give to anybody else. It told you what to write, and you started it, but you didn't finish it. It told you that you had an awesome voice, and it told you to go out and do something with it. And you started it, but you didn't finish it. It told you that you had a gift for bringing people together, and you had an initial meeting, and you never called anybody back. It told you that you had an opportunity. You didn't believe it enough to maintain it. When you are given something by God, when you are given something revealed through your ancestors, when you are given something through the triangulation of what God says about you, your people say about you, people who work with you and around you say, and you triangulate to say, this is why I'm on this earth, you also have to maintain the manifestation. You have to continually meditate. We started meditation challenges, and we're going to start meditation and fitness challenges here in 2025 and beyond. And you're going to begin it, and it's going to be like great that first week. And then after that first week, you're going to say, I think I may have done enough. Maybe I should just do this twice a week. And then you get down to once a week, and then you're complaining about hurting yourself when you got out of bed because you didn't do nothing. Manifestation requires maintenance. Infinity, what I love is today at 1 o'clock, y'all have a chance to get a break. Get a little break, make your way over here. We sitting here, we're doing maintenance work today. Yes. Because manifestation requires maintenance. And we're doing it with joyful participation. Oh, how wonderful it is. Oh, how marvelous it is. Oh, how beautiful it is for brethren and sisters to dwell together in unity. Psalms. When you get to that point where you say, I am willing to maintain by building community, that's the future and it's the present. And by showing up, by being a part of pouring your spiritual gifts into a funnel that can concentrate them and help them grow, you put yourself in a position where you will be abundant to overflowing. But it's going to take some maintenance. Somebody say, maintain that thing.
Maintain that thing.
So you sit in this pot for a long time, and if you sit too long, the coffee's ruined. I'm sorry, the coffee is ruined. I'm country, man. I said ruined. The elders say ruined. That coffee ruined. You spit it out, it's just no good. There's a point where when you're brewing a cup of coffee where you really don't need any sugar for it. If you hit the right sweet spot, you taste all of the acidic tones, all of the flowery undertones, all the smoky overtones. You can be such a coffee snob sometimes. I don't know how any of that works. I just know some people can smell something and be like, oh, blueberries. A hint of oak wood. A dash of strawberry. Ooh. There's the roses. Caterpillar carcass. And I'm like, what in the world? What kind of scent nose you got? But guess what though? They know that perfect spot. And so if you don't sit in there long enough, you get a weak cup. If you go too long, it's too strong to actually enjoy. So what does that mean? That means that now, today, whether you got it or not, I'm telling you, this is your day of manifestation. This is your day of being poured out. Don't sit in the pot too doggone long. Get out of the pot. Somebody say, get out that pot. So you stay in the pot too long, you ain't gonna good for anybody. And just like if I leave this coffee in this pot too long, it's gonna get two things, old and bitter. Anybody met an elder that was old and bitter? You ever met somebody who had regret in their life because they didn't get off the train when their stop came, and they let themselves continue going until they got to a place that they regretted, and then they spent the rest of their life trying to tear other people down who had dreams? That's why you have to be mindful of your own manifestation. That's the point. Write it down. Put it in your heart. It is your time, and if your time wasn't yesterday, it's your time today, and you can't say anything but Rev told me. And I'm not going to forget what happens with this cup of coffee. The last thing I'm giving you, go back to the slides. We're giving you this last thing. This last point I'm giving you to take with you is that the investment needed for manifestation must come from the original source to maintain its integrity. Just write it down. We're going to explain it. The investment needed for manifestation must come from the original divine source to maintain its integrity. Somebody in the chat say, don't be like nobody else. Your purpose is yours. You see, if you don't operate according to that which was resonating specifically for you, if it did not originate from that divine source, from your alignment with the purpose of what you're supposed to be doing on this earth, you're like, well, Rev, I'm not sure of that yet. It's okay. That's what we do here every Sunday. That's what we do here on Wednesday in Love and Light. That's what we do when they do our classes. That's what we do when they do our small groups. We're going to help you find and manifest that purpose. Just keep on coming around. You're going to see it. Many people have told the story. If you are just watching online, find ways to connect. We're going to do that. Find ways that connect with other teachers who are going to help you find that purpose. But I'm guaranteeing you, making sure that you stay aligned with that divine purpose, because that is the investment that Creator made in you. And the Creator wants that return so that you don't live a life that is wasted. Now, see, I'm going to tell you what happens. Sometimes we can't always stomach a strong cup of coffee. So we take a little bit of creamer and we put a little bit of creamer in. A little bit of creamer, man, it makes that coffee sweet. You know, it makes it a little more palatable. It makes it delicious. And the thing I like about creamer is, you know, I should take a big swig of it. Let me give it a big old. How much y'all give me if I drink this whole pre-sweetened diabetic coma coffee creamer right now? You know it's sweet though. You know it tastes good. You know that it's full of sugar. And you know that if I take this, it's probably going to be stronger than a cup of coffee because I'm going to lose my mind on the sugar rush. But just like in this place, when I was about to drink from this, everybody said, oh no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. This is the equivalent of us operating from external stimulation as opposed to internal stimulation. Watch this. This is meant to be an accoutrement. French word. We say accoutrements in America. But it's supposed to be an accoutrement. That means that it's supposed to enhance our initial experience. So our foundational experience of who we are that is poured out in this earth, that's who we are. This was meant to enhance it. It's supposed to make it feel slightly better. Y'all might have to get you another cup. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's right. It actually complements that strong coffee. You know, it's sweet, it's creamy. But did you notice some things? Coffee creamer is cold. Coffee's hot. Coffee's creamer is light colored. Coffee is dark. This is sweet. This is bitter. That means that there has to be a balance. Shout out Reverend Chris Sadler. He and I were talking about this in this conversation we had about Malcolm X. And this is how we wrap this up before I take y'all's questions. If you have questions, comments, and observation, go ahead and drop them in the box. You see, everything is meant in balance. This creamer right here, this represents all that we perceive to be external success. And we get caught up in it. We get caught up in the bling. We get caught up in the money. We get caught up in everything. We get caught up in it. The creamer becomes more important than the coffee. We want the mansion. We want the car. We want everybody knowing our name. We want everybody telling us how good we are. We want everybody affirming us. We want everybody being sweet to us all of the time. We want people feeding our ego. We want people stroking our ego. We want people to know our names when we show up in famous places. There's nothing wrong with any of this. However, everything in moderation. Everybody say that. Everything in moderation. Type that in the chat box. Everything in moderation. Don't do too much. See, I'm going to show you. The pursuit of just the cream. My. Come on, Wu-Tang. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. We use cream We use this acronym, the Wu-Tang used it as an acronym. They said cream is cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money, dollar, dollar bill, y'all. And when we chase just the dollar bill, just what we see to be the sweet accoutrements are like, they are external accoutrements. They are meant to affirm where we are. Yes, I want to ride on your boat one day. Yes, I want to play at the pond. Yes, I want to have some things here in this world because I deserve it, because I am a manifestation of God as well. But what good does it do to have all of the cream, cash rules everything around me, and no purpose that is going to leave something for your family, for your friends, and your generation? That is the ultimate test of wealth. Are you a good person that is navigating their divine purpose? I ain't even mentioning no names. But have you heard this phrase used, and you're going to hear it used a lot in this day and age, to justify bad behavior, abuse of people, use and molestation of kids and young people and women and men, tearing down and apart of families? The justification that we often hear in this world is, hey man, at least they're getting paid. We see it with superstars that have created a grooming system for our young girls. And we want to give them a pass because they got platinum records, because they got all the cream. Cash rules everything around me, get the money. Call a dollar bill, y'all. We've gotten out of perspective of the right thing. Because when you reach a point where you're chasing only the cream, you forget about what the foundational purpose is. For what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? What good is it to have a car that you can't drive because you can't get out of your house because you're crippled with anxiety? What good does it do to have the right shape to your body if you still feel as if you are ugly when you look in the mirror? What good does it do to have every kind of surgery available, to open every kind of business available, and you still cannot sleep at night? It does not do any good. And ironically, Malcolm X said something that was very, very powerful. He said something powerful about coffee and creamer. While he was talking about race, I'm not talking about subspecies of the human race. If you look at this cup here, we add a little cream. And as we add that little cream, it begins to lighten the coffee up. And that's great. But what happens if we keep adding more cream? And we keep adding more cream? And I hear everybody at home, they're just like, oh my God. They're like, oh my God, no, stop, Rev Jeff, stop. No, this is what we're doing, though. This is what we're doing on Instagram. That's what we do. This is what we do on Instagram. This is what we do on Facebook every day. This is what we do on TikTok. This is what we do. We're looking for all of the sweet stuff, all the stuff that we like and feel good. And by the time we get through, it's diluted. Y'all can get some words in the chat. What has happened now because we were chasing the external sweetness only, instead of seeing it as a tool to help us enjoy while we're here on this earth? Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money, dollar bill law. No, spirit rules everything around me. Divine purpose rules everything around me. Cash, accolades, and all of that, they're not judgments of success. There are plenty of people who are in the world who have the outward accoutrement of success, who are tormented to the day of their last breath because they walked away from their purpose and got good at doing something that they hated. And so, when we pour this in, just like you heard that collective groan, I heard people online, I can see in the chat, people like, Lord, have mercy. Please stop with the cream. You're making me sick. Of course I'm making you sick. You know why? Because if you drink this cup right here, if you drink this cup, you're going to be sick because now it has changed. Give me the cup. Give me the cup. Give me the cup. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, zoom it on in on that camera and just lock it off about right there, T. And we're just going to go back and forth from there. All right, great. When you drink this cup, you're probably going to get sick. It's going to give you diabetes. It's going to make you throw up because it ain't really coffee. It's cream. And once you add more cream than it is coffee, all of a sudden, what you originally thought was for you has the opposite effect. Malcolm said, instead of waking you up, it now puts you to sleep. Instead of being hot, now it's cold. So if you think about that in your spiritual life, as you are moving toward the point of manifestation, as you are working, go back to that slide, so that you can have this understanding. The investment needed for manifestation, that's that cup of coffee, that's you being poured out, must come from the original divine source. You can't allow yourself to be watered down. Maintain your integrity. Say in the chat box, maintain your integrity. You're meant to be hot. You meant to be coming in hot. You meant to wake up something in this world. You meant to wake up something in the people that are around you. You meant to stimulate that blood flow. You're meant to have creative ideas that are unbound and unbelievable. You're meant to break the mold. You're meant to be, in a transparent way, a powerful progenitor of divine source, so that as you are poured in, you pour out. Don't water yourself down seeking just the external things alone. This week, I want you to wake up and recognize that as you have been prepared, as you have been pressed, as the universe has poured out into you, you are here for a purpose and a reason. And when you are struggling through this, you need to just trust the process. Trust it when you find yourself in hot water saying, uh-oh. You're not saying, uh-oh. You're saying, what am I learning from being in this hot water? And how has my vibration drawn me to this experience? Because if this vibration drew me to this experience, it didn't draw me here to be punished. It drew me to this experience so I could learn a lesson. And when the things, the parallels, the vicissitudes, the hard things, the tough things in life, when they begin to press on you, when you are working in divine purpose, you just say, press on me if you want to, but I'm not bothered because I am pressing forward toward the mark, toward the prize. I am moving toward this. This pressing is bringing something out of me, and you ain't seen nothing yet. You're not going to block my gift. You're not, and I'm talking about you looking in the mirror and saying this. You're not going to block my gift. We focus on external things, but we need to look in the mirror sometimes and tell ourselves, you're not going to stop me. You're not going to block me. I don't care what I've been in before. I don't care what I was before I found myself in this situation. Now that I've been pressed, I'm something brand new. You took me from the beam to the grind. You took me from the grind to the hot water. You took me from the hot water to the press. But all it did was bring out what I was originally meant to be. Be what you were meant to be. Be what you were called to be. And while you're moving through this to the greatest days of your life, I'm going to invite you to trust the process. For as you trust the process, as it happens in our scripture for today, which comes from the gospel according to the French press, move through various other scriptures that affirm that if you trust the process, you end up with the product. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Questions, comments, and observations? All I need you to do is type it in the chat box real quick. Questions, comments, observation. I'm putting up Sister Deanna. Sister Deanna said, you changed the very nature of the original item. How about that? How about that? Because see, some of you don't know that you're supposed to be something else. You think you're just originally what you are. You think you're some grounds. You're really not. There's something that's coming out of that. Because see, some of you been through something. If you've been through something and you know, let us know what you've been through. Let us know where you see yourself in this process. If you have a question, this is the time to ask it. I tell you, nobody does this. When I grew up in church, they teach a lesson. You're just supposed to say, that's it. You don't get a chance to follow up. You don't get a chance. They move you to the point where the preacher, they have somebody, nowadays they have churches changed. They have the bodyguards, or they call them armor bearers or something now, I think. And their job is to make sure that if you touch the pastor's hands, it's 2 seconds and you keep moving. We came up in the old days, you could just sit there and talk. You had a problem, thank you very much, keep moving. Thank you very much, snap, snap, keep moving. Thank you very much, keep snap, snap, keep moving. That's all right. But we always want to have a space where you, as a spiritual seeker, can be a part of this process. And that's once every third Sunday that is in there. Y'all laughing at my maintain. I'm going to scroll up so I can see. I will always stay in line with my divine purpose. Must be balanced in everything. Yes, get out of the pot. Yes, maintaining the meditation. Going through the process to manifest. Yes. Somebody else said I'm having a cup of French press coffee right now. I love it. I'm in here with y'all. Well, listen, here's how we move forward in the world today. I want you all to focus in this moment on what it is that you need to manifest. I'm going to give you an assignment for today. I want you to spend a little time later today and this afternoon, and especially this week. I want you to spend some time really deep thinking about what it is that you need to press through and what it is that you were put here to manifest. And then I want you to ask yourself a question that I have to ask myself from time to time. I'm not immune to this. Why am I wanting so much cream? You know, when your body is craving sugar, that means that there's a mineral deficiency. Oh my God. When your body is craving sweets, that means that there is a mineral deficiency in your body. So when we are craving just the outer accolades, sometimes we call it retail therapy. Sometimes when we find ourselves in low places, we feel as if we just go out and buy the right kind of hat or the right pair of shoes, or if we get the right outfit, or we go to the right restaurant, it's going to change how we feel about ourselves. No, it's a signal sometimes that if we're not already operating from a high place and we say, I'm in a good place and I just want to go ahead and do what I've always wanted to do in this moment. But if I'm in a low place and I'm trying to find an external way to fix it, that means that there is something foundationally deficient in our spirit. There is a mineral deficiency. So listen, I don't want us to operate from a place of craving. I want us to check ourselves this week in our journals and do this explanation. Reverend Sadler says, would you say we're sometimes socially and culturally conditioned or engineered to water ourselves down? I was talking about this in a cultural perspective. Lady Kenitha and I were. We were talking about all of the amazing singers. Terrence, you appreciate this. We were talking about all the amazing singers that we see that are singing backup for country artists. And they come in to amplify the country artists. And when you hear people singing, I ain't taking nobody out, but when you hear people sing and you say the country artist isn't that good, but the music sounds good because he got 3 stellar background singers that they found in a Baptist church somewhere to make the music sound good. And while that is a wonderful profession, some people are called to be in that alignment. There have been many other people who said, I have been relegated to singing backup because of opportunity. And they relegated themselves to saying, I can never be out front. I can only be backup. I'm too terrified to go into the studio myself and do the work that I'm supposed to do. Because now I'm starting to water down my dreams. And I'm starting to tell myself, oh, you know, I make good money. Oh, you know, I travel. I get to see the world. And eventually, yeah, you survive. But we want you to be in a position where you do not water yourself down. We've seen that in society, you are accepted to a point, but we always have to water ourselves down. The whole conversation about DEI and diversity and equity and inclusion, and places that a portal was opened because people who were twice as qualified for a position or 3 times as qualified position just couldn't get an interview because of the shade of their skin. But every time, as we know, they stepped to the table, they were qualified. And so they learn to water themselves down because society will paint a picture that somehow you're only there because of the color of your skin. And we know that to be a lie. But then you have to water yourself down and work 4 times as hard because you don't want everybody in the office looking at you saying, oh, they're here because of diversity, equity, and inclusion. What does their opinion matter about you anyway? You know why you're here. Stop watering yourself down and stop shining. And if you find yourself in a position where people can't recognize you, you need to be in another position. If you find yourself where you're in a room where you seem to be at the top of the food chain, you need to find another room if you're going to grow, because you need to surround yourself with people who are not going to require that you water yourself down, but are going to require that you step up. Be around people who are going to embrace it when you step up, when they see you achieve, when they see you in like-minded fashion, walking in your purpose, they point to you and say, I see you. I see you. Keep shining. I like it. I love it. Hey, I just wanted to say, you're awesome. That's how we pour into people. That's what standing ovations is around here. So yes, indeed, that is indeed. Brother T. Terrence gives us just as iron sharpens iron. Look at that. Or the blacksmith making a Japanese sword. Ugh. Heated and beaten hundreds or thousands of times, changes a block of metal to a beautiful and deadly work of art. Oh, I love duality. My granddaddy was also a blacksmith. I don't know how many hours he been. If somebody has a piece of metal that came through, he had an anvil and he would come and hit that thing with a hammer and work on it. If people had horses that need to be shoed, he could do that. He knew how to do all of that and was self-taught, handed down for generation and generation. A blacksmith, you talk about patience in the process. You ever watch a blacksmith make, and you said a sword, you ever watch that? There's a reality show that I came across on TV where people make swords, or what, I don't know the name of it, but that thing is beautiful. They forge that iron in there. If you ever, it's forged, the forge. Couldn't be any more spot on. We got to meet a need here. But when you see that, when you see an artisan work or a craftsman work, or you see what they take with wood, Dr. Travis, I know you own, when you see somebody take a pile of wood and they're staring at it because they trust the process. And they stare at it until they begin to see what the possibility is, and then they go out with their hands and they just begin to plane the wood. Then they begin to cut it at angles. Then they begin to put notches in the wood, and then they begin to drill little holes. And if you're out there watching, you're like, I don't know what they're doing, but they seem to really be focused on. And then when they emerge and they have a table, or they have a chair, or they have some beautiful constructed piece of art, you say, oh my gosh, how did you come up with that? Let me tell you a secret. They didn't invent it as the process was going. They knew what they were doing before they even got into the process, and they knew that it was going to take work, but they stayed patient through the process. Because once you get good at what you're doing, I think about the glass blower. You talk about some, whoa, grinding the sand and heating the forge and getting this jollop of a bubble onto a long stick, and then just blowing into the stick and tapping with a hammer and blowing in the stick and tapping with a hammer. And when you get through, you got this. I said, my gosh, what a gift. And so what gift is in you? You got the same thing. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. There ain't nothing different between you, me, and anybody you encounter. I don't care if they're king of the world. I don't care if they're president of the United States. I don't care if they're CEO of any corporation. How many mouths they got? Talk to me. How many mouths they got? How many mouths do you have? One mouth. How many eyes you got? So maybe some people that are exceptions to this. I don't know. You got 2 eyes, right? How many ears? Couple? Right? How many nostrils? 2? Most of us. So there's not much different between those of us who are here working on this manifestation and those of us who have decided that today is the moment that they're going to manifest. Not much of a difference. You got the same tools. And most importantly, you have the same divine essence that has been poured into you. So I want you to work this week on recognizing what it is and manifest it. Sister Christina reminded us to be aware of the imposter. Oh man, y'all are talking right now. We are in here. Divine alchemy, Lakeisha Taylor reminds us, allowing spirit to alchemize as we trust the process. Ashe, yes. Everything's a process. You don't want anything. I mean, I know you want a Louis Vuitton bag, and that's cool. I know you want a Gucci bag, and that's cool. When the brother approaches you and sees that you like it on the table on the street corner out there on Jefferson and says, hey, you like that Louis Vuitton bag? I give it to you $15. I give you that Gucci bag for $20. If you don't know and you're younger, you're not going to find a Gucci or Louis Vuitton for $15 to $20. So look, you can buy it, you can get it, and maybe take it out a couple of times as an outfit, but you can't be angry because you set it down somewhere and then you picked it up and the bottom fell out and all your stuff fell out and all your friends saw you. You were embarrassed. Bear, what did you expect? You don't get something from nothing. You got to trust the process. If you're going to do that and you're going to have that accoutrement, you have put in the process of your gift merging into the world. You have disposable income. You buy whatever you like just because you like it. And you buy it because you like it, not because you're trying to impress other people. But you buy it. But anytime something operates where it gives you something for nothing, or there is something that you don't have to go through a process to give, I guarantee you it's not going to last. So I want us to work. Spirit is calling on us to work for lasting things. It's working for us to build our hopes on things eternal. He used to say that, hold to God's unchanging hand. Y'all sang that around here. This thing in here is real. See, the boys is getting ready to sing. They're gonna practice, but we're going to hold that because I ain't going to shout today. We right at the right time. So listen, your questions, your comments, your observations, we appreciate it. Continue them in the chat. Continue them in this moment of manifestation. And I'm going to ask that you turn your energy right now toward the prayerful moment of recognizing divine source. And as you're recognizing divine source, take a deep breath. Think about the lessons that we've learned today, conversations we've had this month, the places we've been. And I want you to congratulate yourself for being on a journey, because it's a beautiful journey to be on. As you are now consciously focusing this energy, I invite you to close your eyes, to bow your head if you'd like, open your palms or place your hands over your heart, whatever is comfortable for you. Divine Source, we give thanks for this moment today of manifestation. We give thanks for the opportunity to trust the process. We give thanks for those who came today with an open heart and mind for transformation. We give thanks for those who have discovered this community to say, this is exactly the kind of place that I needed to be. This is the kind of conversation I needed to have. I needed to be poured into from a divine place. That pouring has happened and we accept it willfully right now. We give thanks today for the opportunity to create, to be, to build, and to operate from a vibrational frequency of love. Thank you for the vision that is becoming clearer and clearer and clearer every single moment somebody decides to simply say yes. For when we say yes, while our highest self is made strong and big, you are ultimately amplified as we are made smaller. It's not our job to argue with you. It's our job to accept the assignment. It is our job to trust the process, because we are becoming something beautiful. We are becoming something that you can show off to the rest of the world when you say, look at what I gifted you through these people who represent me. And so this gift that we have, these many gifts that we have, we speak that they will pronounce themselves and proclaim themselves as powerful right now. And in the proclamation of the gift is magnified. The gift is amplified. The gift is manifest, even as we move out of our very own way. No more doubt. No more second guessing. No more waiting. No more saying one day. No more saying someday. Only saying today. Today, right now. Right now, today, in this moment. We accept the call. Right now, in this moment. We accept that you are the wind beneath our wings and that we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. And if they could come through what they came through, no matter what our culture and background is, what can we do with all of this knowledge and wisdom that we have accumulated? Let us move forward, onward and upward. And we proclaim these things with confidence. We proclaim healing of bodies. We proclaim putting together of families. We proclaim resolutions of loose ends being tied up right now so that there is movement into our highest manifestation of good. We proclaim and accept these things to be true in this moment right now for ourselves and for everyone else we love, because there is more than enough for everybody, because you are an abundant provider. We speak these things and know these things to be true, and we seal them as such in agreement. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. It is done, and so it is, y'all. As all hearts and minds are clear, and we get ready to go into the world that awaits our light, I say that we are grateful. So I'm going to invite you. Y'all notice I keep sneaking over here to get to this cup of coffee. God is good all the time. There's enough in there for all that. Just don't drink from the cream. I'm telling you, it ain't going to be right for you. I need you to have teeth afterwards. Isn't that something? Too much cream will rot your teeth. That's another message. We ain't going to get to that. Want to thank everybody for joining us at Infinity right now as we prepare for the benediction. We're going to sing our closing song. We invite you to sing it with us. The words are on the screen. Grab somebody's hands. If you're at home, stand up with us and let's keep that flow going. Yes. As we put these words up, they are energized words. So as you sing them in recognition, you are affirming that as we leave this place and enter into a world that awaits our light, one of the things that we do at Infinity is we pour into each other at the end. So after we sing, y'all, there's a moment where if you're on the Infinite Life stream, you can pick somebody you don't know, and say something good into their life. Pronounce something good for them. Just say good health, good wealth, good abundance, good healing, something that you can give to someone as we sing the words to our closing song. If today's a brighter day, and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. One more time, sing it with your chest. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the cosmos, the ancestors rest, rule, rock, and abide with you, henceforth, now and forevermore. Let us all sing together. Amen, amen. Hotep shalom, namaste, ashe. We love you guys. Look, we'll see you right here next week for Yoga Sunday. Mark on your calendar to be here for the first Sunday. And look, blessings and abundance to all of y'all. If you feel like you lost something this week, you didn't lose it. That's just a game. And it's something that's going to be even better than you think. I want to hear about it and stand first Sunday. This is Rev Jeff, behalf of Infinity Fellowship. We love you. That's a fact you cannot change. Peace and power.